Yeah.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another episode, iteration, entry
Of movie explosion. Today, you know that famous movie with the Eye of the Tiger song?
Yes.
We watched that movie.
I know that movie.
Yeah.
You referenced something that I know about.
It's called Eye of the Tiger.
Gary Busey is Buck Matthews. After 4 years in Nam and 3 years in prison, he's come home to find his family and his worst enemy waiting for him.
What in God's sakes is wrong with you people? Don't you know what's going on out there? You know, it don't matter how we wish things were. It matters how we deal with how they are.
You made a big mistake, Matthews.
I knew you'd be around here somewhere.
You got a plan?
Praying for vengeance.
Eye of the Tiger.
So,
Yeah.
all right. So this movie, it is called
Eye of the Tiger.
like the song.
Gary Busey, 1986.
Yeah. Did the song come out in 1986 also?
No, it wasn't in. No, because was it in Rocky Alt before it was in this?
Oh yeah. When
So,
did that come out?
That was 70.
Oh, wow.
Late 70s.
Wow. So they named their action movie for a song like well after it came out.
The basic part of the movie is this guy gets out of jail, and then he goes back to his hometown,
Yeah.
and there's trouble. And
Big
the
trouble.
yeah,
In a little town.
and the sheriff's like, I don't care, I'm getting a cut of this business.
Yeah.
And then some stuff happens, and he
Yeah.
has to get revenge,
Yeah.
and there's a coffin dragged through the street.
Yeah. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was a quick, summary. So skip past the previous like 30 seconds for spoilers. And
Well, I mean, it's kind of
the-
like your basic action movie, minus the coffin.
well, that was the spoiler I was referring to.
Yeah.
But and also, everything kind of has like slowish reveals as to what's going on. So like even the opening, it was a cold opening.
That was a weird opening.
Yeah. It's just
Like,
right
it's
into
just
some
people getting dressed, like
Yeah.
putting their shoes on, pulling their pants up, tucking your pants in,
Yeah.
buttoning your pants, putting your belt on,
Yeah.
combing your hair.
But then you called it because they subverted my expectations, and you don't have to tell Pastor Dave about that.
No.
But it's what it looked like, and I think that was meant to be what it looked like. Was that these two guys had just gotten finished doing some kind of beat.
Yeah.
But in this case,
It's
was
a
actually
weird redirect.
Yeah, they subverted. This is how you do it, Rain.
Well, I figured out what it was when they gave them like a bag of stuff, like a
Yeah.
little full, like, oh, they're getting out of jail.
Yeah, wristwatch. They get all their stuff back. Luckily, it fit.
Yeah.
I guess they weren't in there too
Imagine
long.
it's like, man, I let myself go in jail.
Yeah.
I had like everybody's meals.
Yeah, they just give you like paper clothes
Or
to
you're,
leave.
or you worked out too much, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
I need a belt.
Oh, you cut off them sleeves, man. Just tear them off.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. That's the I just got out of prison look.
But I mean, it just starts off, and there's no music. It's just people getting dressed.
Yeah.
It's the weirdest thing.
And then he's just walking down the dusty road.
Yeah.
He's walking home.
He's somewhere in Texas, and he's walking to his town, and then this guy who's not Al Pacino
Not Pacino.
from
Miami.
Scarface,
Yeah.
not him, even though it is him.
Yeah. It's definitely not him.
It's pal. Yeah.
It was
Not-
his
it's
prison
not-
pal. Yeah, so while they were getting dressed, you get like a good close up of like not Pacino's face, and he's got a big old scar
Yeah.
from like next to his eye down his
Scarface,
neck.
like Al Pacino.
Not Pacino.
Yeah.
It's not Pacino.
So yeah, and it's like, and then they're talking. It's like, come on, get in the car. Let me drive you somewhere. I want to help you. You saved my life in jail.
Yeah, that's the backstory. So like, not Pacino. He's clearly some dapper, snazzy dude. He's pulling up with like a freaking Rolls Royce convertible.
Yeah.
And he's definitely in some kind of business down there in Miami.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, I owe you my life, you know.
Yeah.
So like, I gotta return the fave. And he's like,
Nah,
what if I just drive you home? Because this dude's acting like he's gonna walk all the way home from prison. So he gives him a ride home, and he's like, your town sucks. You should just come to Miami. And he's like, nah, fuck you. And he just
Everyone
walks
tells
away.
him he should leave.
Your town's a piece of shit, man. Look at this. You gotta come with me to Miami. I'll make you rich.
See, I don't want you in this town. You're an ex-convict and you're a killer.
Thinking about moving?
No.
I think it would be better if we just got out of here.
No, Christy.
Why stay if they're not going to treat you right?
But you're gonna leave this town, Matthews, and I mean leave it. One way or the other, I'll see to that.
Listen, Jen and I don't need this. I don't need it. You're the one who wants to stay here, not me.
You ever stop to think if you hadn't come back here, none of this would have happened?
Yeah.
And he probably should have.
Everyone's telling him to leave. Everyone's saying that they want to leave. This town sucks. And he's like, nah, man, I'm trying to restart my life here, even though it's like, you know, classic GTA opening, getting out of prison.
The whole movie was like GTA looking.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, you know, if you've ever driven across the desert, it's Trevor on dirt bikes and like shot up like gangs. It's
Yeah.
like, this is it.
It felt like this was a heavy inspo for some GTA 5.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the desert parts of it, you know.
Yeah.
Freaking grapeseed and all that jazz. You know that came out like 10 years ago.
I know. It's so good though.
It's freaky. It freaks me out. They're still making shit for it. I get ads like every time I'm on the tube of you.
I still have the player. Like I play the physical copy.
Wow.
'Cause
Physical.
I don't even know how to get onto the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it.
That was like 2 console generations ago.
It's
Came
the
out on,
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
It's
then,
also my DVD player.
Yeah. My PS3 is not turning back on, so I no longer have a DVD or a Blu-ray player. So that sucks. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Oh, so they're in the desert, and he's like,
Yeah.
come on. And like, I owe you something. And luckily, he doesn't go in on the favor just yet.
Yeah. He saved it.
But he could have gone to Miami
Yeah.
and said, hey, wife, child, we're going. It's gonna be nice. We're gonna work for this guy. We're gonna sell cocaine or whatever it is.
Yeah. It's legit.
Whatever. It's a quote unquote legit stuff.
Yeah.
Who cares?
But
But
we don't know what like either of them have been in prison for technically at this point.
yeah.
And we never find out about, you know, not Scarface.
Well, I'm sure not Scarface did some
Yeah.
something.
Yeah. So, you know, he gets back to town. There's like these people on motorcycles that keep riding around with their matching helmets.
Like Miami Connection style.
Yeah, Miami Connection style. They're like basically like the what is it? The dirt bike, but you can ride it on the road because it has
Yeah.
lights and stuff. Like it's one of those, like the little teeny.
And they ride in like almost formation. They have dark helmets, and they just show up, and everyone's like, "Oh no, it's them!"
Yeah.
But just a bunch of jerks.
Yeah.
They do the most assholey things,
Yeah. They just they ride around, they make noise, they're annoying, and people are just like, oh.
and the sheriff's not doing anything
like, go
about
inside.
it. The sheriff's just like, whatever.
Yeah, he's like, whatever, looks the other way. I wonder why he's like such a crappy sheriff. And then he like clearly has it in for our hero.
Yeah. It's like,
Eye
I'll
of
put
the
you
tiger.
back in jail.
Yeah.
I'll get you those 2 boys.
He's like, come over here. I want you to be in the sheriff's office so I can berate you twice weekly, or you're gonna go back to jail. I guess
Yeah.
that's like the terms of his parole or whatever.
And it's just the guy from Rushmore. The guy who's
The barber.
the barber
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, you called it. I'm like, I'm sure that's him. Looks just like him.
It's got to be him.
Yeah, he's cool. He's not cutting hair in this one.
No, he's not. He's just a jerk, and he's lazy.
Yeah.
And he gets home, meets the wife again, everything's fine.
Shows up with presents.
and
you
it
know, it's
did
all okay.
awesome job of like, oh, he has something now. Has a job.
Yeah.
His wife isn't like, you're in jail, I hate you. Like we're together again.
Yeah.
Like there's some stakes or something for him to lose.
Yeah, she's happy to have him back. The kid loves
Yeah.
him, and she's making noise about wanting to leave town, and he's like, no. It's like we're gonna make things work out, and he's like, yeah, but they gave you demotion at work. You used to be the foreman, and now you're just starting from the bottom again.
Yeah.
Very GTA. And
It is.
He's like, no. What about the plans that we had? And so she's like, okay. But then some shenanigans goes down with
Oh,
his
yeah.
little eagle ears, and he like hears some
Yeah,
stuff.
I don't know where he is,
I thought
but
he was like outside of his house.
but
was
no, he was
dark.
at the site.
Okay.
But
so-
he heard a woman screaming.
Yeah, heard some engine.
So far away that he had to drive to get there.
Yeah, and it was like he was driving really fast, and that was like a 2-minute drive.
So it was at
So it was like well over. It was definitely over a mile away.
yeah, and he heard it. And he's like, oh no! It was like he had a spidey sense.
Yeah.
It was like someone's in trouble, and he runs over there, and he just fights off these motorcycle guys who are doing bad stuff to her.
Yeah, they messed up her car, but you were saying like these guys are riding around on motorcycles, these little like one-stroke engine bikes, and I get her car was pretty tiny. It was like a little like Chevy hatchback.
Yeah, but you bump into one of those bikes, they fall over.
Yeah, you just bump it.
Yeah.
That's it. You do that in GTA. It's great.
It is.
I mean, every time I see a motorcycle, I get really excited. It's dangerous when you're playing that all night.
And then you
go
go drive
out.
somewhere.
Yeah. He rescues this lady, right? She's
Yeah.
getting beat up. It looked like she was going to get, AR'd.
Yeah.
But no, they wanted this movie to be okay for TV, even though like some other stuff happens that's just not.
And the sheriff's mad at Gary Busey
Yeah, for being
for
a
like,
vigilante.
well, I'll take care of that stuff when he wasn't going to do it. Like, I
Yeah.
suspected like the sheriff was in on some stuff, but like,
yeah.
or
I mean,
he
they
was just
weren't
lazy
there.
at least. Yeah, like we're gonna call him and like it'd be too late.
Yeah.
And he's mad at him for helping out.
Mm-hmm.
It's my job to enforce the law in this town, and I do it. I have a mind to send you back right now for that stupid vigilante shit.
And the next day, this news reporter, because it's a small town, like knew him probably from high school or something,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
growing up. It's
Small
like,
town.
hey, this is Gary Busey or whatever his name is. This
Yeah.
is Gary Busey from 123 Happy Street, and he just saved this lady.
This is Melody Mendoza with Minicam 6 in front of Buck Matthews' house on East Canyon Road.
Yeah.
It's like you just told everybody his address.
Yeah, he just got
now these
doxxed.
guys are gonna find their house, which
Yeah.
they do.
They do. They cut to them, hard cut to them watching TV, and the guy getting mad and like spiking the TV off the ground. They're like, "Let's get him."
Oh, we missed when he does save the lady. We think we see the leader,
Yeah.
and we don't.
Yeah.
And we see the actual leader has like no hair, and he just revs his engine and stares at him like,
Yeah.
"I hate you so much."
We see later that he does have hair.
There's hair in the back of his head. It's like pubic hair. It's like back vagina head.
He had the merkin that like maybe he had like a horseshoe hair. and
There's a
then he
line
just
down the
shaved.
middle of it though.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. Well, I thought that was like helmet hair because he was safe. He wore a helmet while he was
He
riding.
did. He was safe.
And
So many things are not safe.
yeah, yeah.
Like people sitting on cars.
and like dragging people like on a motorcycle.
I wrote no seatbelt.
Yeah. No.
Night
man.
construction.
Yeah, he's working nights.
At a construction site.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like big building. Like he could fall off there.
then I was upset that after he saved her, her shoe was still out there, and he didn't go after
he's
the
on the
shoe.
ground. He didn't get the shoe back.
Yeah.
He scoops her up and puts her in the truck.
Oh, when he's home, he has a gun and he's cleaning out, and the wife just sits in front of the barrel.
Yeah.
It's like that
Sits
made
right
me
down,
feel as
yeah.
unsafe.
Yeah, they're having that conversation because he's saying he's like, when I was in prison, I'd get this feeling in my stomach.
Something's gonna
Or
happen.
a numb or whatever. And she's like, are you getting that feeling right now? And he's like, yeah. He's cleaning a shotgun. And she's like, I really want to leave town. Like,
need
you're
to
the only
go.
one that wants to stay here. Everybody else wants to leave. Like, let's just go.
Yeah.
And so finally he's like, all right, just go get some stuff and we'll go.
Yeah.
Too late.
Too late because of the lights surrounding the house and these bikes
Yeah.
go through the walls,
Yeah.
through the windows,
Through interior walls.
like
It's just
double walls.
Like, what is this house made out of?
I know, like a bike like
Balsa.
that. Like if you had a truck or a car, like
Yeah.
maybe,
Yeah.
like a strong maybe. But like this is like
These were like one stroke.
it's like dirt bikes.
yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know, but it looked really cool anyways.
It did. I was very excited about this scene. And he's got his little double barrel shotgun.
Yeah, which
he
isn't-
misses both shots.
Yeah.
Within the house he misses.
Like close up with a shotgun that sprays stuff everywhere.
Yeah, so completely misses, and then the wife gets like, I don't know what
they attack her and she just dies. I'm not sure how.
Like they didn't really like wail on her. Like he's fighting with the dudes and they gang up on him and like put him underneath the couch. You know, like we're freaking Nick Cage and Vampire's Kiss.
I'm a vampire. I'm a vampire.
Such a great movie. Yeah, he's living under his sofa pretending it's his little coffin at night or during the day, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, great movie.
It is. Vampire's Kiss. Check it out.
Yeah, check it out. Watch it.
Love it.
Rewind and watch it again.
Watch it backwards, rewind it, and then watch it as you're doing that.
Yeah, do it. It's so good.
And you can watch the beginning again.
Anyway,
so they go in, they trash the house.
Oh yeah.
They smash things. So many eggs are destroyed. And they smash the thing he bought at the local store before he got home for his daughter. They smash his medals. Like there's lots of close-up specific things.
Yeah. Mostly eggs.
Lots of eggs.
Eggs, yeah.
I think lots of ketchup too.
Yeah, there was some kind of sauce, like jars of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, they smash all his stuff up, and then you just see his wife's like dead.
Yeah.
And then the daughter's just staring at the wife who's dead.
Yeah, she's like catatonic. She's got a little nosebleed. Her would you say her Shining didn't work or whatever the hell.
Her what's it?
Her Stranger Danger.
Stranger Things powers.
Yeah.
Maybe she summoned the motorcycles. Who knows?
Yeah, backfired.
But she had this bloody nose, just like what's her name?
Yeah. So she's just sitting there, and then next scene, wife's dead.
Yeah.
Gary Busey's like upset, I guess. I don't know.
Well, he's not happy, but he's not like, I don't know. And his priest's he's like, well, we are praying for her soul.
Oh, thanks, man.
Awesome. Yeah. Like she's dead still.
I'll tip you in the tip jar, I guess, Mr. Cloth.
And that guy just showed up. The priest was there just to be like helpful to him and like say the right things to the sheriff. But no one's gonna bother him because he's a priest.
Dude. Okay, yeah, because he does actually serve a purpose later, unlike people usually do, except for when they're helping rehabilitate, us.
Yeah.
We didn't really need it. We're good. We're
Yeah.
always good. But yeah, so the daughter, she's just catatonic in the bed, and like the nurse that he rescued is like still working there because she's a nurse, and he's like, look after her for the rest of the movie.
Pretty much, she's in the hospital for a while.
Yeah, she's just laying there. No, I thought she wasn't gonna have any more lines for the rest of the movie, but she got a couple words in, and then what happens? I guess there's the funeral.
Well,
that was brilliant.
Doesn't he call his Miami friend first, or is that later?
I don't know.
I think that's later. Yeah, they go to the funeral, and they're at the funeral, and these Miami connection biker guys show up and just circle the funeral for a while.
Yeah.
And bald guy gives them the stare of revving his engine again.
Yeah. The sheriff's there, he's just kind of smiling.
Yeah, but
so it's like, okay, this guy is a fucker.
Yeah, like he's crooked.
Yeah.
But it's
that's
like
super messed up.
It's I don't know, like go get him if you're gonna get him. You're just doing extra shit to bother him now.
Yeah, they just had like this cruel little mean streak in them where they would just like, hey, we killed your wife. We're gonna go to the funeral and rev our engines, like,
and then drive away. And then it continued when they left.
He calls the guy for the favor, and it was a 555, so that took me out of the movie.
And I was hoping for like, there's like, I'm back. Because I was an interesting character. I'm back, and I brought a bunch of my guys from Miami, and we're gonna find these guys.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to end the movie, but I thought it was going to move it forward.
Yeah.
But instead, it's this truck.
Yeah, they just a couple lackeys show up with a big rig, and they drop off a pickup truck.
But it has like Knight Rider shit inside.
Yeah.
Like buttons and like extra buttons and knobs and shit.
Yeah, I was like, that looks goofy. That looks like.
What was in the other box?
Yeah.
Because he's like, what's in that? What's this? It's a surprise. What's in the other box? That's also a surprise. Like,
yeah.
What is it? Maybe I missed it and I forgot. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I was just guessing it was like maybe just a bunch of the other stuff that he was using.
What's in that box? What do you think, huh? It's another supply. You know, you have a very good friend.
Okay.
But then we got that guy's gone. We're not gonna see him or his guys again,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
it.
kind of, I thought,
That's it for the Cubanos.
yeah, they're awesome.
Yeah, I liked them. I thought they were cool. They could have been in it more.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then I guess he gets his first, kills.
Oh yeah.
That night, later that night.
Yeah, it's
He
awesome.
sets up on the side of the road. He's got a little trap. I was like, what is this gonna be, like a Great Escape or something? Where the guy gets that dude's motorcycle. It's pretty similar. So we get ourselves a decapitation.
It's sweet because it has this wire across the street. I mean, the motorcycles go by, and one guy doesn't see it. His head flies off inside the helmet. It's awesome.
Yeah.
One guy falls over. I'm sure he's dead too. It's
Yeah.
like 3 guys.
Oh yeah, they ate shit.
And then the guy, vagina head guy,
Yeah.
he's upset. I don't know what he says. He's like, bro.
Yeah, he like pulls up
Grumbles.
and he sees like their bodies, and he kind of made like a little bit of like a sad sound.
Yeah,
this,
like I know
bum.
those guys. I like those guys.
At some point, we find out that the sheriff is
Like getting money from the gang,
yeah. So
which isn't a surprise.
no, and there's a lot of them too, because we get like a good like pano shot of like their setup. It's like, what the hell is this? Like Road Warrior stuff going on out here.
There's
They have,
lots
like,
of that,
stage.
just footage of them like just driving in a group somewhere.
Yeah, so we get a lot of shots of them riding around this wash, a desert wash or whatever, where it like floods and shit. And the leader guy and a bunch of his people show up on their motorcycles, and the sheriff's just kind of by himself. And he's got like a big old stack of cash. He hands it to him. And the sheriff is like, "Brr, brr, 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 brr." And the
Why don't
guy-
you take it easy?
Yeah, it's like you guys are getting a little out of hand. It's making it kind of hard for me, to do stuff.
But he
like-
doesn't care.
Like you said, you were just going to do stuff outside of town, and now your brother came in town and he attacked that lady. Things are
Maybe the
getting
brother was
complicated.
beheaded.
Maybe that was.
But he had a helmet on. How am I supposed to
I don't
know?
know. Was the brother the facial hair guy?
I think it was the guy
was
at
in
the
the
TV
hospital?
with the long hair. No, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
He seemed important.
Maybe.
I mean, there was like only 2 people with faces in this gang.
Yeah.
Everybody else wore helmets, and then there was like fucking Tom Cruise was in it.
There's a guy with a helmet on, and his eyes.
Yeah. And he
We'll
does like
put the
that-
picture up here. In his eyes, it looks just like Tom Cruise.
Yeah, and they hold it with him like staring.
And
like,
this is
side
'86, so
eye.
Tom Cruise is busy doing bigger things.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
got
not like, oh, I'm starting
Top
out.
Gun and yeah.
Oh, is this where the coffin thing happens?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Yeah, like it's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
all right, so
He's in the house polishing his freaking gun again.
he set up sandbags everywhere. He's ready to defend his home again.
Yeah. That doesn't play out. But yeah,
No.
he sets it up to fortify and yeah.
And then all the bikes come. They're dragging a coffin behind it.
Yeah.
And they drag his wife's coffin, which was buried.
Yep.
Right in front of the house. And they just leave.
Yeah, they leave real quick. Lucy comes out and he's like, I'm sorry. He's like being all sad about his wife.
Man, he's hurt. Like almost throws up.
Yeah, you hear him like gag because it's like, man, this lady's been like buried for a few days now. Real stank.
And then he starts to bury her in the desert somewhere. Like, you got your super truck now, right?
Yeah.
I know it's messed up. At least call the hospital and say, hey, or someone.
Yeah.
Can you bring her back? Let's do this again.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he was worried that they'd just dig her back up again. I don't know.
guess.
That's super
And this
messed
whole
up.
time, the daughter's in the hospital.
Yeah.
Where do you think they're going to go next?
Yeah.
Where do you think they're going to go to the hospital to get your daughter?
Yeah.
Come on. Get with it.
So, I don't know. What does he get more revenge at
He
some
does,
point?
because
And
he's burying his wife.
burying his wife, and then the other cop shows up.
And he's like, well, you better blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, arrest me. And he doesn't do anything because he knows that the sheriff's full of shit.
Yeah.
And then, but he's in his old truck, his white truck. Not his
Yeah.
new super truck.
Yeah.
And then he sees the Miami Connection guys come down the street. And then he has a dummy
Yeah.
in the driver's seat. He has a dummy in the driver's seat, and he
Yeah.
just waits until they get close, and he hits a remote button, and the truck blows up and kills the 3 guys.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. I was excited about that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. And then they keep getting more pissed off because he had revenge, and then you got revenge.
Yeah.
They just keep going back and forth with it. And man, we haven't even talked about like his friend.
I'm almost out of here, man. That's all I want.
Well, I remember a time when
That time's past, Buck.
Just,
About a move.
I don't want to mess with anything.
Yeah.
Just get out of here.
It's
just
like,
leave.
Quit fucking with these biker dudes. They're gonna take it out on me.
I can't help you. I just
Yeah.
want my pension, and I want to leave.
Exactly. Stop this shit, bro. And we got that scene how many times? Like five
times or so, and then
Yeah.
I feel like this guy's gonna die. This is like,
He
oh
didn't.
no,
I just realized he didn't die.
he didn't die.
That's so weird.
I thought for sure he was gonna
Yeah,
die.
spoiler alert, he didn't die. The guy whose like last day is coming up for the entire movie.
And he has an old like biplane, which I wonder
Yeah.
if that's gonna come into play later on.
It wasn't not like it was on the poster or anything.
Now, the poster looked crazy.
Yeah.
So the poster is like these motorcycles chasing this truck, shooting
Yeah.
things out of it. And at first, like, where's this truck coming from?
Yeah.
And then Miami guy is like, oh,
Yeah, there it
that's laser
There's
truck.
that 1986 Dodge Power Ram,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck that is.
Little boys dream of marmalade moons, circus clowns with red balloons, a puppy dogs and a tail for a kite, and toy Dodge trucks that come alive at night. And now I'm a grown man and I dream of the road, of faraway places and the wheels to go. With my Dodge on the highway, I race with the wind, behind the wheel of a dream. And I'm a little boy again.
Apparently, they still make Power Rams.
And then his daughter's kidnapped from the hospital.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, because, freaking Gary Busey goes to the hospital and he's talking to the nurse lady that he rescued.
Yeah.
And his wife is like still stinking in the ground in the new burial site. And they go out like for a little drive. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, let's just hang out.
And
Well,
she like invites him in for
he needs someone to
coffee.
talk to, I guess, but then she's rubbing his shoulders.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, you
Yeah.
buried your wife twice. Like,
This
how long
week.
ago was that?
Yeah.
A day or so?
Yeah.
I mean,
She gets that phone call. Turns out, hey, your daughter was next.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got Jennifer.
why did they call her, though?
I don't know.
It's like,
I guess
you're a
maybe
nurse in the
they-
hospital. Guess what happened? Did you hear?
Yeah, maybe
That
it
girl
was
was kidnapped.
because she was like her charge or something. as, like,
Yeah,
a
well,
nurse.
she was in the room all the time with her.
Yeah, I guess they were like, hey, like leave it to you, dude, and the security people, and like I guess all the security people at the hospital were like dead because the ambulance was full of dead security
Yeah,
guards.
and that's when this, he's like, I'm gonna talk to the town.
Yeah.
So he goes to this bingo night thing, and Ollie's like, B29, oh no, I lost.
Yeah.
And then he comes in, gives this big speech.
So like these 80-year-old people.
Yeah, about like, who's coming with me, man? Who's gonna fight?
Yeah.
Who's gonna fight against this? come on. And
Yeah.
he leaves. And as soon as he goes, the ladies calls out a number.
Yeah. Nobody's like even looks
It's
at
like,
them. They're just
oh,
like,
good, I won.
What in God's sake's wrong with you people? Don't you know what's going on out there? Or are you just pretending not to see it? When I went off to Vietnam to fight, I wasn't fighting for patriotism or some flag or some country. I was fighting for this town. So I could come back and marry Christy. I'll tell you what, the next person that dies might be your wife or your kid.
Oh, 64.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
That would have been great if they had like a comedic, like, bingo.
He fights off some guys in the truck with his friend, like bumps into them, and they fall over and they attack people. Then he's like, all right, you and me, buddy, we're gonna go into the camp, which is like Burning Man plus Mad Max.
Yeah.
Or America 3000, one of those camps.
Yeah, or like the new Barbarians or something.
Yeah, one of those things where it's just like just fires everywhere, but there's not like it's not like the other movies where there's people wearing like football shoulder pads or anything.
No,
They're just like biker dudes camping out in the desert.
They look pretty chill. I mean, they had like a stage.
Oh, they had a stage with speakers?
Yeah.
I bet it was.
They were like rocking out, doing wet t-shirt concerts.
I'm sure there was some fun things out there.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and then his friend is up there in the plane. And
his daughter's like in a cage.
And he's just dropping dynamite down.
Yeah.
Did we forget? We forgot about the thing, didn't we? Before this.
Yeah.
Okay,
They're
so
like, he's like, where is she? Where's
so
my
it's
daughter?
one of the guys that was around the truck explosion.
Yeah.
He was alive.
Yeah. His throat was messed up.
But he couldn't talk.
Yeah. He's just spazzing around on the hospital bed.
Yeah. Or it was the guy he lassoed.
Yeah. Oh, right.
He lassoed a guy.
Dude.
And
He was
because
mad.
yeah, he lassoed and dragged him around.
Yeah.
Probably hurt his throat there.
Yeah.
So he's like, all right, so where's my daughter? He's like, you know, I'm not telling you anything. I can't talk, and I wouldn't if I could.
In like a crappy doctor costume.
Yeah, it was so
in front of the
obvious it was
sheriff and
him.
everything, yeah.
And he's like, you're gonna talk. Where is she? And he just nods his head, no. Then he moves. I don't know what he was doing. He takes, like, he's restrained to the bed, so one of his legs over to by the other leg.
Yeah.
And
So
then he
rolled him
takes
over on the side for a little
a
exam.
stick and puts it in like
Petroleum jelly.
petroleum jelly.
Gasoline,
And
yeah.
I thought, wait, is this dynamite? He sticks it up the guy's ass.
Yeah.
And he starts to light it. Says, you got 20 seconds to tell me this shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
awesome.
What?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
And the guy's
Some
freaking
Punisher
out
shit.
so much that he has a heart attack.
Yeah.
And
he did manage to like write down.
yeah, he wrote down like where they were, where the
Yeah.
camp was.
As if he didn't know that though, because like his friend like kind of took him to like where they're riding back and forth, so he could have found it.
But I mean, she could have been somewhere else.
True,
but we need this scene, so I don't care.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, the scene was worth
And
it.
it was a dud
Yeah.
thing, and just to
The
scare
guy had
him.
a heart attack anyway.
Because he's not going to have dynamite go off in the hospital.
Yeah, that'd be pretty messed up. Too much, fucking collateral damage. Yeah, the sheriff's a pussy, and he's already kind of like losing the deputies, man. They're not as like interested in following him around anymore.
Which is good. It's a work up to the end of the movie.
Yeah, was he like not giving them a cut or something?
Or these days, like, our town's being destroyed.
Yeah, a lot of people are dead at this point.
Like, you gotta do something. I know you're
there.
getting like $1,000 from these guys or whatever that stack of money was. But come on, you're awful.
Yeah, ain't working out.
So he goes in where
Super truck
with his super truck, and
all of
his
gadgets.
friend is like dropping dynamite and like machine guns are shooting on the front and the back, blowing up buildings. Like an 18
the
episode.
truck. It was like
no one's getting. Well, there are people who are dead afterwards, so it's not like the.
Yeah,
18.
there were piles of bodies. He like does like a little like hero roll out of the truck
to get his daughter
to
out
get
of
the
this
daughter.
like weird cage thing.
Yeah, and like the vagina had what was his name? Slade, Spike,
Blade.
Yeah, and he's like, no, don't shoot him. I'm gonna beat him up later.
Yeah.
And so fucking guy just like lets him like rescue his daughter, and then they start shooting at him again.
It's this dumb thing that like heroes and then big boss villains do, where it's like, I don't want it to be me and him. It's personal.
They gotta have that hand-to-hand combo.
But you could have killed him.
Yeah.
It could have been over.
It could have been over. No. So
Wait, like when he dropped off his wife's coffin, you could have killed him there.
Could have done it. Didn't.
You didn't.
No. So yeah, so he's driving back. The sheriff sets up like a roadblock.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
he like gets out of the car and just like beats up the sheriff in front of like all the deputies, and nobody does anything about it.
Yeah, they're over him.
Yeah.
We're done with
He's
him.
like telling them to like put the cuffs on that guy, and he's like, nah, I'm all right. And so he beats him up, and he's like, take care of my daughter, and like drags him back to the thing, and and he blows him up. It's pretty cool.
It is.
Yeah, blows up the sheriff in front of the main bad guy, and then they have their...
I don't think the guy even knew he was in there.
Oh, yeah. What was the point then?
To kill the sheriff? He says, I'm bringing the trash back to them.
Yeah, that's all right.
Whatever. The sheriff's gone. Who cares?
Yeah, fuck him. And then, they have their boss battle.
Yeah.
Because he's like, nobody shoot this guy. I want to beat him up. And so.
And they have their fight, and at one point, Gary Busey has a shotgun. He's like, nah.
It wasn't
I won't
like,
shoot you. I want to fight some more.
Yeah. The music during the scene was really intense. And by intense, I mean there really wasn't any. And so it just seemed kind of dry and awkward.
Yeah.
So not like a very good like fight scene, but it was okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean it felt.
It wasn't like
real.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Was that Gary Busey?
Scary
The first Lethal Weapon? I think it was. And he punches him and he kind of leaves him there. I was like, oh, you didn't. And, you know, then it's like, that's it. And then he just walks over to his friend and is like, yeah, you made it. Because they show up, his friend shows up with a bunch of guys, and this deputies show up.
Okay.
And which drives the rest of the bikers away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I felt like, it was like, dude, these guys are here too late. Like, they didn't really do much. No. And so, yeah, and then, oh, God, like, they were still, like, bringing, like, more players into this, where it's like, where did this group of guys come from? Like, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
like,
like,
his friend had, like, a group of
his friend's friends, they were in the movie.
There were definitely, like, some, you know, racial tension issues going on in this movie also.
Yeah.
Which was like, oh, man, that's probably accurate.
It is, because that's why it took him 20 years to make Sergeant.
Yeah.
And he knew that, like, he had to work with this guy the whole time who said horrible things to him.
Yeah, he was like openly racist to this dude.
And then just the pull-out shot where you see, like, the smoldering metal and fire.
Yeah.
Like, wow, this movie started with people putting their pants on and ended with fire.
Just piles of bodies.
Yeah. That's how it escalated a lot.
I want to see like a good like montage of like them from the beginning where they're like putting their pants on, like intercut with like decapitation and like coffins being dragged.
Zip up the pants.
Little boy's dream of marmalade moon, circus clowns with red balloons, a puppy dogs and a tail for a kite, and toy Dodge trucks that come alive at night. And now I'm a grown man and I dream of the road, of faraway places and the wheels to go. With my Dodge on the highway, I race away behind the wheel of a dream. And I'm a little boy again.
But yeah, it was good, but it's also really stupid.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fun.
That was how I felt too. I would give this movie. Should we rate it?
Let's rate it. Okay, so what's your rating?
God, I was gonna ask you. I was like just panic. I started panic thinking about it like 30 seconds ago.
I gotta think of some things that.
Yeah, the little figurine thing, the music thing.
So out of 5.
Out of 5 things.
5 things.
Yeah.
I want to say 1 super truck. All right, I got it. I want to give it a super truck.
Yeah.
2 coffins. A dirt bike.
Okay.
And a red plane.
Oh wow, so 5 things.
Well, take out the red plane. Now take out the red plane.
Yeah.
And put in Gary Busey's face. Full teeth.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna have like a theme in my mind. So a truck.
Truck.
Coffin.
Coffin.
A truck.
Another truck. In that order.
Yeah. Truck. Coffin. Truck.
Okay.
And
It's so stupid, but I like it.
And then like I don't know, like Gary Busey as a dog.
All right, that's doable.
Yeah.
How about the back of the guy's head? If you want to see that again.
I don't. I don't want that to like.
What
stay
a
on the
stupid
screen for
reveal
too
that
long.
was. But this had more than I expected.
Yeah.
It was better than I thought it was gonna be. Yeah, that's Eye of the Tiger.
Eye of the Tiger, guys. That is a recommend from the Sploge.
Yeah, watch
right.
it. You know, with some people.
It's on the YouTube.
It's on YouTube for free.
Yeah.
The U.
Dude, there weren't any ads.
No.
I don't remember seeing any
Let's
ads.
put an
It just
ad on
played
Eye
right
of the
through.
Tiger, and they played that song, like in heroic moments.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, they played it in the opening credits, which
Yeah.
by the rules of movies, that should have also been the closing credits. Wouldn't that be a thing if it was just like the hard opening of them getting dressed and then
We should leave
opening
town.
and closing
Okay.
credits?
Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, and that was it. The end.
Yeah. And then there at the end there's some heroic times where like he is like, yeah, I did it, or when they're going after the guys
Yeah.
to get us psyched up. Otherwise, the music was kind of like somebody's friend with a keyboard and a drum set.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
They had some weird audio issues too. It felt like they had a white noise machine on for
Or
a bunch
like
of scenes.
the mics were too good.
Yeah.
You could hear every sound outside the house when they were talking.
Yeah.
At one point, I thought I knew I heard an airplane.
Which makes sense.
I
'cause
heard
there was planes.
I
It was the
guess.
cocaine plane, or his friend flying around.
Could be him.
Yeah, could be you.
I don't know. That's Eye of the Tiger. Hope you should watch it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now I have to go start a bike club and just be jerks. Call it the jerks, and just like I'll attack people eventually, but I'll just mess with them. Oh, your
Yeah.
goldfish died? I'm throwing it at your window.
Oh my god. Yeah, I can get on that. I can get in on the ground floor of that venture,
Yeah.
that business venture. I can see that having lots of returns on our investments.
Just jerk bikers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
Cool.
I'm gonna go this way.
All right. Have fun. Start it. 5-5.